Eric Sachetta. Welcome to today's video blog. And today I'm going to talk about leadership, and I'm going to talk about the lead by example version of leadership versus do as I say, not as I do. Because that's what it's all about. Because here's the thing, depending on what you're doing, people get attracted to be a part of what you're building. I'm going to talk about a few examples for business today, but of course this could apply to pretty much anything. It could apply to sports. You know, maybe you're a teacher at the moment and you want to inspire some of your students to be, you know, a teacher, or maybe regardless of what situation you're in, it's all about how do you take what you're doing and set the example so that other people might want to do the same and follow you and follow in your footsteps, rather than they see you as an authority figure, but they would never really want to do what you do. So the first example I'll give you was when I was in college, I started a sales and marketing job for a company that markets a household product. Unbelievable company, best experience of my life from the standpoint of foundational skills of success, personal development, and leadership. That's where it all started for me. And I actually became one of the top salespeople. I was shy, but when I'm in a one-on-one situation and can just, you know, talk casually about a really great product, I did really well. Quickly became an assistant manager. Within 16 months, I actually was offered my own opportunity to run an office. And, you know, within a couple years, I was running my own district office. So I had an office for this company, is selling their product, but my job was to recruit sales reps, teach them to do what I did as a sales rep, and run the organization, if that makes sense. So I'd run team meetings, I would talk to them on the phone each day, and that was my job, was to recruit sales reps and then teach them how to be great sales reps because I had been a top sales rep. One of the things that I did really well in that job was I actually got I got top sales reps. My first summer as an office, to give you a perspective, I live in north of Boston. The company had about 20 offices during the summertime. It's a company that has year-round managers, but they also offer college students an opportunity to run their own office just during the summertime. It's really cool. It's one of the only companies that can offer a franchise-style opportunity just for the 4 months of the summer. Unbelievable opportunity, and grateful that I got to be a part of it. But there were 20 offices, and my office, my first summer, had 3 of the top 5 sales reps in the entire New England area. So think about 20 offices, average office has so many sales reps, 3 of the top 5 are in my office. Now I didn't recruit I didn't recruit a ton of people. I wasn't one of the top recruiting offices, and that's why my office ended up as number 5 for the summer, my first summer, versus 1, 2, 3, or 4, because I just didn't recruit as many people. I had 3 of the top 5 sales reps, and I also had the highest average sales per representative. Now, that will seem like great stats because that seems like my team's succeeding, and it is, but the part that I never got when I was there that I now understand now is you want to set up what you're doing in a way that the people that are following you would want to do it too. But I don't think that I did that to the level that I know how to now. What am I saying? Well, I focused on my top sales reps and less on recruiting, but recruiting is what builds your team even more. And my top reps all sort of saw this, and they saw what I did. And my 3 top sales reps, all 3 of them actually the following summer ran their own offices. And, you know, my office did really, you know, my first summer did really well, and so on and so forth. So you say, all right, you have 3 out of the top 5 sales reps. Your office was the top new office of any office, and you were number 5 office in New England for the summer, your very first summer. That's exciting. So how well do you think my 3 reps did? They didn't do well running their offices. Now, they had a great experience. They've learned from it now. They're all great friends of mine, and I think they've gotten over some of the challenges they had in that experience, but they didn't succeed. Why? Because what they saw from me, they duplicated, but they didn't have the skill set that I had. So follow me on this. I was a top sales rep. I was an assistant manager. I ran a branch office for the summer. Then I spent 9 months as my manager, the division manager's apprentice, so to speak, running his entire office with him over my shoulder for 8 months, teaching me every little intricacy of the business. Then I went and ran my district office, and I did everything. I wouldn't delegate anything to anyone except for letting my receptionist make the calls to, recruit the new sales reps. Other than that, I did everything. I called all the reps, I ran all the interviews, I did everything. And my top 3 sales reps that ran offices, they saw that, and they said to themselves, oh, this is cool, Eric makes a difference, he makes some money, he helped recruit us, we have a fun time. But I think they thought that they could turn around, run their branch office the first time, do everything and succeed, realizing that the first time I did that, I didn't succeed. Plus, as far as them continuing and wanting to run an office long term, none of them continued past the summer running an office. Why? Because when I was running my office, I was working 14 hours a day, 6 days a week, and on the 7th day, from noon to 8 or 9 p.m., I was working. Does anyone really want to sign up for that for an extended period of time? Not me. I was having fun, I was impacting people, but I was stressed out of my mind because I'm trying to do a million things. What am I saying? What I'm saying is you want to put yourself in a position that you're actually doing what other people would be inspired to do. What do I mean by that? So one of the programs that I learned from, that is now one of my businesses, I saw this couple living the life of their dreams. They both, were from the corporate world, 6-figure incomes, working 14 hours a day, totally stressed out, had the houses, the cars, all that nice stuff, but they didn't have any time for themselves. They didn't have time to go on vacation, any of that stuff. And now they're running an online business, impacting tons of people, living in the Caribbean and living the vacation type lifestyle, but still having a huge impact on people. But so I got involved in this program and was, mentored by them. But if I turn around and see that they're not living that way, you know what I mean? So they got me into the business, but if I were to look deeper and realize they're working 24/7 and not really living that lifestyle, how much effort am I going to do to duplicate that if I know that it's not really true what, they might live somewhere cool, but they're still working, 24/7. Do you get what I'm saying? And a lot of times when we start something, we say, well, we have to work really hard because we have to get this going, we have to do this. But it's like you're not going to get people to follow you if whatever you're doing would not really be something that they want to do. They'll follow you from a following standpoint, but they won't follow you from a turnaround and they want to be a leader standpoint. Does that make sense? So when I started the same thing, I'm like, oh, when anyone starts in my business, I'm going to call them and I'm going to work 24/7. I'm going to do all this stuff. And it's like, well, when those people get people on their team, how are they going to be inspired to get people on their team when they see that I'm stressed out working 24/7? They're going to be stressed out working 24/7. Do you see what I'm saying? So if I didn't, in the process, I still, you still have to work hard at the beginning of doing anything, but if you didn't make time to both do and show the people you're mentoring that you're actually living what you're teaching, then they're not going to want to turn around and leave. They might follow you, but they're not going to turn around and leave. So the example I gave was the people that I was taught this program from are living the Tim Ferriss, 4-hour work week lifestyle. They work more than 4 hours, but they don't work more than 4 hours a week on the things that they don't want to do, if that makes sense. They've outsourced all the things they don't want to do, and they do the things that they want to do. They set up their own schedule, they go on vacation when they want, they do all that stuff. So if they weren't doing that, I would be hesitant to want to learn from them and get myself in that same situation. But since they're living what they teach, I have no problem setting up the same system to live what they teach, and when I'm doing it, people are going to be inspired to follow me as well. So I hope that business example helps you as well. But again, same thing. Let's say it's sports and you have a coach and you're like, oh my God, my coach is so awesome. But the coach is working 14 hours a day. He just got divorced. He's 150 pounds overweight. You might want to follow your coach because he does a great job at practice. He does a great job in the game. Your team wins games. But do you actually want to become that coach who, puts their coaching ahead of their spouse, that puts their coaching ahead of their health? Do you follow what I'm saying? So you want to live not only what you teach, but what you want to become. So that coaching example, same thing with teaching. You want to teach in a way that people would be inspired to teach in their own unique way as well. So I hope that helps you. Really trying to get with you with these video blogs, trying to get you to think, does this stuff make sense? Can this apply to my life? How does it apply to the past? And what can I do right now to take action and move forward? So here's what I want you to do, a quick assignment. I want you to think about what is the main thing that you like to focus on. Is it you run an online business? Is it you're a coach? Is it your primary business that you work during the day? And evaluate how you're doing in terms of leading in a way that you would want people to duplicate what you're doing. Evaluate it. If you got to make some changes, and move forward. So hope this helps. Go out there, live the movie, have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon on our next blog.